Hey there everyone, it's me, Safari Sam. And, as promised, we're back with yet another kicking live animal video. Yes, we recently made this enclosure for caterpillars. A certain kind of caterpillar, the orange-striped Oakworm. And we got one. We were going to have several. But the thing is, only one showed up. So at the time of recording, I built this yesterday, right? I built this puppy yesterday. I'm not sick, you're sick. Anyhow, the thing about this is, it could probably hold multiple worms, comfortably. They actually like to be in big pods together and eat together anyway. And I was going to throw in all of these fresh oak leaves. Oak is their favorite, that's why it's in the name. So we're going to, you know, throw down some really fresh oak leaves for all my new friends. There we go. I've got some that have already kind of been chewed on by other caterpillars. Boop. And then just some regular detritus that we found. Just kind of had it. And on last oak leaf. And all that leaves in here is our little worm. And he's not moving much. And that's because he was just really cold, so he went to sleep. He is alive. He just moved and curled up into this position. He was laying straight. I assure you, sorry bud, I didn't mean to slide you like that. Here is our orange-striped silkworm. This caterpillar, of course, gets its name from the orange stripes on its body, as well as the fact that it chomps oak trees like I wish I could chomp pussy. They eat a lot. A caterpillar is basically a giant stomach. And then it goes pupa, and then butterfly. Except this guy will go into a beautiful orange moth, which hopefully we'll get to see. And this guy actually has been pretty active. I got him and he was really active, and on the car ride I had to blast the AC because it's the middle of summer at the time of recording this in Georgia. See, he's moving. Look at him. I told you he's alive. And he's kind of waking back up because the cold will put him to sleep. Actually, if you really want them to go to sleep, they can go to sleep the same way a human baby does. Just put them in the refrigerator. I mean, obviously not for too long, and definitely not the freezer because it will kill them, but just for a second, and they're out like a light. See, he's kind of turning a little. But he's waking up, so we're going to put him in the enclosure. There's our little guy, chilling on a leaf. Look at him, he's moving around pretty decently now. Starting to wake up because it is very warm up here. Someone turned the heat up like 4 degrees more than they were supposed to while we were gone. Oh, look at him flopping around like a baby. Now, this specific specimen, I think, is actually ready for its cocoon. It's ready to take on its pupa form, in my opinion, because it has been secreting excess liquid since I picked it up, and that's usually a pretty good sign that this puppy is ready to pupate. And that makes me really happy because it means we could get a moth pretty soon. Though I would like to observe them kind of wriggling around and doing stuff on their own a little before they go full moth on us. Oh, what you doing, buddy? You rolling up for me? See, they've got a big stripe on their bellies as well. You want your tummy pet? He's pretty cute. I mean, he's got a lot of little spikes all over his body and some big old horns and a decent little set of chompers, but these guys can't really hurt you, like at all. You're going to be fine. And they won't even really hurt your oak trees unless they eat like more than 25% of the leaves on the oak. You're going to be fine, and they're usually not going to do that. People call them pests, but they really only call them that because they make your trees look ugly. They don't really kill your trees or anything. I don't really like the label pest for any animal, to be completely honest with you. Despite what you may think, I actually do like these critters. I'm just really fucking stupid. But yeah, this guy is going to become a beautiful moth one day, I hope. And I can see ants. I just saw an ant. Did you see that? I just saw a fucking ant. Oh, your camera might not have been right on it. It was just a little to the left of him. Oh, I think it was just out of the camera's sight. I hope we don't have a colony. I doubt a nuptial flight got in my house, into the attic, and then into here. Though I see several ants moving around. Nah, I'm probably not going to be catching any footage, but they'll just be little guys that hitched a ride. Oh, hey, where are you going? You starting to disappear on me, mate. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I think he wants to burrow so that he can become a pupa. I think he burrows to do that. But these guys are actually pretty cool. Despite the fact that they make your trees ugly, which I don't care about. It's nature. Bugs gotta eat. They make very pretty moths. And the moths themselves won't eat your plants because they don't have mouths. A lot of species of moths don't have mouths. Their lifespan's so short they don't need them. They just don't need them. They're not going to eat or anything. They're just going to lay their eggs and bounce. And the specific moth that this guy's going to turn into, I think they have like a 2% survival rate. Like out of every 100 eggs, 2 of them are going to grow up to reproduce on average. The rest are going to get crushed or eaten. These guys are pretty big prey animals, which is another reason why you don't want to kill them all to make your trees look pretty, because the birds and the amphibians and the reptiles and even other insects rely on these guys to survive. They're a great seasonal food source. They usually show up at the end of August. I think the reason I can only get one today is because it's the beginning of August. They've been everywhere. They've recently been everywhere. You know? Yesterday, they were all over town. And then I went in today, and they were all dead. And this guy was the only live one I could find. And he kind of looks like he's in pain. When you take a caterpillar from the wild like this to kind of help it grow, because they were dying. Like, a lot of them were being stepped on, either accidentally or, unfortunately, on purpose, I'm sure. And then a bunch more will get, like, wasps laying their eggs in them. And parasites are pretty prolific among the caterpillar community, I hear. There was an ant! Did you see it? It was on the fucking... That's right there, that little fucker. Come out, you little piece of shit. There you are. Knew it. There's a bunch of them. Hi! Oh my god! So many! There's like 4. If we should do an ant keeping video, let me know. But right now we're focusing on this guy. Hopefully the ants won't bother him. And I do want to try to get more and see if we can maybe even get some moths to mate and lay eggs and stuff. This guy has clearly been eating well. He's a big, strong, fat adult. There's an ant under him, but I think he's going to be fine. These ants don't really have a colony to go back to, I'd wager. Oh my god. Oh, they might. They are... Oh, shit. They're all over the branch. The branch we got, that we washed off, they're coating it. Oh my god, it looks like they've even been burrowing right here. That's fresh. I think we do have a colony. Oh no. No, 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 no. See, there's little holes there. They've been making holes. I think there's a colony in this branch. And if that's true, we're in a lot of fucking trouble. We have to get rid of this. They're going to kill and eat our caterpillar. We have to get rid of this branch. So I took that log outside and inspected it a little closer. There was 100% like a full colony in there. Oh my god. I just gently set it outside by the woods where those ants could live a nice happy life. But I want to give these puppies something to climb on. Even if that guy's doing a little burrow. So what my solution was, thinner sticks. Surely there's not colonies in these. You can see I washed them off. So they should be okay. Though I don't know how much weight they're going to be able to hold, see? Like maybe I can kind of bury it Yeah, that should do it. Kind of bury it a little. And then this guy, maybe they can kind of hold each other up. It doesn't look super great, but it is something. I can always add more, you know, but if I keep collecting these adults and they just immediately pupate, it's not really super gonna matter. Oh, I also found these and I thought they looked cool, so I could probably actually use them as a sort of anchor or something. Oh, here we go. Let's just put that between the rocks. It'll stand up higher, and I will show you it closer in a sec. And then that can go right there, just because it looks cool. Put something in the front. So yeah, that's a lot more branchage for them to climb on. If they prefer, and they are wet so they can drink from them. So these guys, I did give them a water dish, but it's more of like a dipping sauce, if that makes sense. They're going to be sucking water droplets off of things. They're not drinking it from there. So that's really like, for me, more than anything. It's like convenient for me to dip leaves in it. And I haven't filled it up yet because I didn't have a point until... That guy's definitely pupating under there, right? I can show you the worms. He's gone. I just saw this leaf move. He's gone! I'd wager he's in this indention. That motherfucker pupating. I guarantee it. Guarantee. But if you guys want me to get one of those big butterfly trap things and raise other butterflies, definitely let me know. I'd have to do it in that because they'd probably come out of this lid. Like, as much as I want to keep an ant colony, I couldn't keep that one because, one, this guy needed a home. He's definitely down there making a cocoon, which makes me happy that he's doing what he's supposed to do. That means he's healthy. That's good. That's really good. But I do have to address that hood that I was just talking about, the lid for this enclosure. As you may have already seen, it's kind of a wire mesh. But from a lizard that used to live in here, needed some special lighting and stuff. And so I have this hole in it where wires ran through. Because there was nowhere for wires to exit on this except the bottom. And I hated that because it made... Like, there's no way for the wires to exit on the bottom. There's no notch for them to stick out of. So unless the wire is going straight down through whatever it's sitting on top of, that's fucking useless. So this is kind of not the best enclosure for reptiles, even though it was sold as a reptile enclosure. But I need to seal this with some tape. So that was nearly the last of our clear packing tape, because B3, one of our producers, uses it to ship his eBay items. Check out our eBay store where you can buy many collectibles, trading cards, comic books, action figures, knickknacks, etc. Magazines, vintage, new, whatnot, which will help support this show, because terrariums and aquariums are not only expensive to buy and expensive to put stuff in, they're expensive to upkeep, which is why we haven't had live animals in so long on this show. Luckily, B3 got promoted at his day job, so we've actually been able to afford some of this stuff recently. But not forever. We're kind of going to talk about that in a later episode. Also a quick mention to the Littlefoot Legion. Shout out to the Littlefoot Legion, which is our snails that live in the shrimp tank, which is a surprise amphibian tank, which we'll get to later. But they came back. They exited the tank. We couldn't find them, and they both came back. So just thought I'd mention that. And I'll mention that again in the aquarium video. This lid also slides on from the front. In the future, when I get tanks, I'll probably get clear solid lids with sliding doors on the front. Because this guy, it has this little tab here. And the tab goes through, and then you stick something down in it to kind of lock it. The caterpillar's not going to be able to open it. We won't need to lock it. That's more for like snakes. Snakes love to escape by pushing lids open. But reptiles are my main expertise. But this thing bends down, so you got to really work with it. It's kind of a bitch. It's really kind of a bitch. That should stay dirty. Alright, so for kind of an impromptu last minute build, I think it's fine. It's not bioactive or anything. There's no isopods or springtails in there, to my knowledge. There might be isopods in there, but I don't think I picked any up with my detritus, so it should be fine. But our worm already buried, so we could have a moth soon. And I want to get more worms and more moths so that they can mate and lay eggs. And it would take, like, I guess a year for those eggs to hatch, probably. Which would be something. That would really be something. But alas, I don't know. So I'm going to put some water in that dish. And then I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.